Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Happy Monday. I have no idea when this video is going to get out, but it is Monday today, so happy Monday. And this is a little bit of an unusual vlog for me because I am usually more awake and I've usually taken care of the things I do in the morning. But today you guys are coming along with me because we are doing some side quests. So I haven't done my morning cardio yet, so we're gonna go and do 45 minutes of stairs. So after I go and do my cardio, I decided that I want to make another journal cover, another one of those DIY Louise Common Paper Republic journal covers. And for that I need fabric, and a lot of the fabric that I have is black or plain vinyl, and I feel like I need to add some color. So I'm going to have a look at Shamdor fabrics in 4ways, and after I do my cardio we're gonna go there. Hopefully we get all of the fabrics we need and all of that stuff. I did run out of grommets as well, so I need grommets and I need to get some glue just in case. So once we get that in order, I think we'll be sorted. I think everything else is kind of just like an add-on. But then after that, I also need to go to discount and get my meds because that time of the month is coming again. So I have to go and fetch some meds after that. And that's kind of like my morning shift in a way, and we should be done with all of this stuff by like 11 o'clock latest. And yeah, I will see you guys after my 45-minute stair session. Okay, 45 minutes cardio done. I am sweating like a crazy person, but I mean, I'm used to it. Anyway, now it is time to head to the fabric store and we're going to go pick out some fabrics. We are here. I just parked and now we're gonna go in. This is the fit. Post-gym fit. So I found genuine leather here. I didn't actually think they stocked genuine leather, but I guess we kind of hit the jackpot on this one because now I can make a genuine leather binder. However, there is one issue, and that is I don't need the amount of leather that they're selling it in. So I'm going to find out if I can just like chop it in half and see if that works. So we secured the goods. I didn't get the genuine leather because they sell them per square meter and they don't do cutting, so they're like 4 square meters each, and I don't need 4 square meters of leather. So I decided to get a vinyl, which is like a leathery feel, which is what I had originally used for my other ones. And I feel like though vinyl is cheaper, it's got a bit more of a versatile look because you can get them in so many different textures and different colors and stuff, and I guess that's what I was looking for. So I got 4 different colors. I got an emerald green, a navy blue, and then 2 shades of like a brown red, and then I got some eyelets, grommets, and then I think I got some fabric glue and a little bit of like elastic lace. So now that we've gotten everything, we're doing good for time. I have half an hour now to go and fetch my meds, and then we're gonna head home. So I am back home. I had a shower, I managed to get my meds, and now I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a haul, and then we're kind of gonna get started on making my new journal cover. So it isn't as bad as it looks. This is just everywhere because I had taken it out earlier, so it's kind of just everywhere. But anyways, starting off strong, I got little eyelets, or these little, I don't know whether they're called eyelets or grommets, I don't know, but anyway, it says these are called eyelets, and these ones come with the tool, which is really cool. I do have a punch somewhere. I used to have this and use it in school, so I've got this little punch, but it's also cool to use this because I just brought a hammer upstairs. Next up, I got some more glue. This is called One Glue, and it's kind of the same thing as the Fabric Bond glue. They're both made by Rhino Adhesives. So I am kind of running low on this one. There's like this much left, and this is a new full one. It is small, they didn't have a bigger one, but I guess it is what it is. It will probably do the job. Next, I got some elastic string. So these are for like binding the little books to the cover, or to close up the cover nicely, and just wrap it. And I got 2 meters of black, and I got 1 meter of white string. And this is a really nice elastic, so good thing I got it. Now onto the fabrics I chose. So I said that I didn't really get the genuine leather because they only sell them in like the full skin, and I was not gonna buy full skin because I don't need 4 square meters and I don't need to be paying thousands of rands for them. So we settled for vinyl, and honestly I have no issue with it. The previous journal covers that I've made are made of vinyl. Exhibit A, I did show this one briefly at some point last year. This was the very first one I made from black vinyl, and I made it from 2 types of vinyl. This is the snakeskin one, which kind of matches the one I'm currently using. This is just a bigger one, and then it's got plain vinyl here, and I kind of just like, you stick them together and it kind of just works like that. So these are vinyl, and absolutely no issue, no cracks, no scratches. The only thing I would say is that it does fray, so you do have to burn the edges a little ever so often, but it's not really an issue for me because it kind of gives it a personality, if you know what I mean. It kind of gives it character. And I do know how to stitch it such that it doesn't fray, but I'm a little lazy, and I'm perfectly fine with cutting it and then burning it ever so often. So in terms of colors, I got 4, and this is the first color. I got a emerald green. It does show up as lighter on the camera, but I promise you it is a lot darker in person. It is a very dark emerald green, and all of the ones that I got here, I got 1/2 meter. So I did not get a full meter because who needs a full meter by meter for one journal case? Not me. And these are going to be used, you know, when I have excess or when I want to make new ones, or if I'm going to order them as gifts, or, you know, make something. And if you guys want me to customize some for y'all, I'll do it and I'll put it on my shop. And yeah, but anyways, first one is green, and this one is kind of like a matte vinyl, so it's not very shiny, but I like that because it's very plain. I got a navy blue in the same kind of matte feel. They don't really have a glossy blue, but that's okay. I mean, I like this one. It is a very navy, almost gray blue, and we love it. And they do have like texture on them, so it is nice. And again, it's kind of matte. Third color I got was this brown. I think this is one of my favorites. This is my second favorite out of the ones I got. This is also kind of giving like leather couch vibes. It's like a creased leather, and it is a very dark brown, so love that. I think I needed this, and yeah, I'm excited to use this one. I want to make a slightly bigger journal case for like my commonplace journal and stuff using this color. Lastly, this one is my favorite. This is a very shiny vinyl, and it is also like a dark red, brown, orange. It's kind of like a burnt orange, but it's also got some hints of red in it, and it's kind of ombre in a way, so, or like a gradiented. It's not one color, there's like patches of like dark and light, which I love. And of course it's shiny, so that adds to like a very luxurious, very special feel, and it's very smooth. And I think we're gonna be using this one today. But that is essentially everything I bought, and everything came to a total of 340 rand, which is not bad at all. Definitely recommend going and buying fabric from like wholesalers rather than just getting smaller fabrics from like these stores, because they charge so much. But anyways, now I'm going to make up the size ratios that I want for this new journal cover, and then we are gonna get to it. I've got about 40 minutes before I have to head to work, so I'm kind of gonna rush it, but I am not gonna finish it. So we're just gonna plan it out, and then later on when I get back, we will probably do a continuation of that. So it's day 2 of making my journal and the cover and all of that fun stuff. So I did make the first one this morning, as you guys saw, and here she is. This is like an A6 and B6 fitting journal cover. I love how it kind of turned out here, and I really enjoyed making this. I didn't have to like double wrap it, so that was nice. Because it would have been too thick, and I think that the material would have been very smooth, and I like the thin floopy sort of look, so I'm glad I got to achieve that with this. And this color is crazy. I'm obsessed. I love it, and I love how it turned out. So we're going to be making a second one, a bigger one, and I think I'm gonna use the brown vinyl to make one for my bigger journals, or like my main journaling setup. But now all that's left to do is kind of test it out and see how it works, and like whether or not it's really handy to carry around. And so far it's perfect. It fits perfectly in my bag, and the great thing is that it is basically the same size as like my stationery carrier. So like this is just a perfect little combo to carry around, and of course it is smaller, so it does fit perfectly in all of my handbags. And yeah, we love that. So today is a bit of an extra side quest because I recently saw that at the Art Savings Club they've got some new stock in, or some stock in that I didn't really get to see before. So we're gonna go look at some fountain pens. I particularly wanted to go look at the Pentel, I think it's the Pentel ones, and Kaweco has a different kind of fountain pen that I wanted to look at, and I wanted to see if any of them have like very fine nibs, because my Kaweco is a medium nib, and although I love it, I do want to try out a finer nib, and one with the interchangeable ink cartridges, because the fine nibbed fountain pens that I have in here are the refillable ink ones, and a lot of the time they take long to dry. So I wanted to have one that's got that like refillable ink cartridge style and is very fine, so hopefully the ink does dry a little faster, or maybe I can experiment with it in some sort of way. And once we have gotten some of the fountain pens, hopefully I do get some, we are going to head to a cafe and we're going to go try them out, and I'm going to test out my brand new journal cover. I currently have 2 journals in here. I've got my like commonplace mini, so I've got a commonplace big, which is the one with the links on it, that is in my bag currently because it's got everything in it. And then this is the mini commonplace journal that I've been carrying around because I've been carrying smaller bags, or for, you know, it's like a travel commonplace, you know, it's just small enough to fit anyway. It's like a pocket journal. And I've got my diary in here as well. So we've got around about 3 hours or 3.5 hours to kind of gallivant a little until I have work. So we're gonna go get that done, and yeah, have like a good productive afternoon, I guess. Okay, so we got the goods. They did not have the stock of the Pilot Kakuna. Anyway, it's like a very fun themed fountain pen collection that Pilot released, but they sold out very quickly, and the last time I was here I actually saw it and I wanted it, but then I decided on getting the preppy fountain pen, and now they're sold out, but they are on order, so I feel like I don't really need to get one now because I did find a kind of replacement, I suppose, or something that was a little different. So I got two kaweco pens, and one is a fountain and one is a rollerball. So I've never gotten a rollerball pen before, and I thought maybe it's time, and I did not want to jump right in and get the Lamy Safari because it's expensive and I don't know whether I like the look of Lamy yet. I kind of like the kaweco look. So I got the kaweco rollerball, and this one is in black. Apparently it's quite rare that they come in black, so I was happy to get my hands on this one. And size wise it's not too bad, and of course I have a clip already so I can just fit that on. The second one I got here is a kaweco Perco, and this kaweco Perco was actually a fine, and this was one of the last ones they have in fines. They've actually run out of the kaweco sports in fine, so mine is medium, and I wanted to try the kaweco fine tips, so this nib is a lot finer and I can't wait to put it to the test. I want to see what difference it makes. Apparently it's really good. These people here know their stuff about fountain pens, so they said that this fine nib is really good. And I really love how clear it is. You can always see where and what inks you're using and all of that. So I'm excited to try it out. And the last thing I got was a refill for the rollerball. That wasn't something that I was planning on getting, but I got it just in case I don't come back here for a while. But yeah, we're happy, and I think I don't need to get anything else, so we're going to head to Lifestyle Garden Center. It is currently 1:45, so that means I would have about 2 hours to kind of like sit, write a little, and like relax, and then I'm gonna head to work.